chaos in the battlefield. Clover. All droids keep pushing forward. As the Aesops lead the vanguard and spearheaded the AKs to create an opening for the strike team. The AKs were able to contend with the hordes and packs of Beowulfs, but then came the Ursa, and we're able to scrap a few until paladins landed to dispatch them. It was an even fight, but the Huntsman Corps has yet to make landfall as the AKs were trying to set up a beachhead. Warship Ironwood. Alright, the AKs and Paladins has the Horde's attention. Deploy the Huntsman Corps. Then multiple dropships came and led off the Huntsmen. They took care of the newly spawned Majors and Alphas as more advanced Grimm came to stop them. Horde. Just like the good old days. Huzzah! As he jumped Clevedon Sphinx. Oblek was just burning down scores of Grimm. Ty was then smashing through Ursa with his gauntlets. As the Huntsman fought the AKs, covers them to keep them safe, basically making a shield wall. Then Ironwood drops down along with Crow as Winter and the Maidens. They fought their way to Evernight as they reached the Circle's table. What? So this is it? This is how it ends. Ironwood. You better come quietly or I'll be forced to kill you. What? Alright, if you may. Then he drew a pistol, but was shot himself as Ironwood already had due process in his hand. Watts was sent flying back as Aura kept him from dying, but before he could recover, Ironwood already kicked him in the gut as he pointed his gun to his head. Ironwood. After all that you've done to Vale during the breach, I should just shoot you right now. What? Then why didn't you? Ironwood, because a quick death is too easy for you. He then shoots him until his aura broke, but he didn't stop as he shoots both Watt's hands off. Watt's a hair. Ironwood, your hacking days are over. As some of the Aesops took Watts into custody, they reached the throne room as they saw Salem sitting and Tyrion patiently waiting for them. Tyrion, finally something to kill, as he said that a scythe stabbed to the ground. Crow, we have a score to settle, as Clover stood beside him. Clover, it's over. Tyrion, it's over until I say it's over. As he charges the two, Mercury was then faced by the Aesops. Mercury, damn it. Salem, is this all of you? As she looks at the three maidens. Raven, it's time for this damn story to end. Salem stood from her chair. Salem, so it's come to this? Then a dropship crashes from one of the windows and it smashes into her. The doors open as teams RWBY and PNR ran out. Raven, whose bright idea was that? Ashbin also walked out along with John. Ashbin points to John. Then the ship was sent flying out of the castle as Salem stood up on E again, realigning her bones with loud cracking sounds. Nora, Ack, make it stop. Salem, so you're the boy that's been foiling my plans? She looks to his back and saw the relic of destruction as her eyes widened as he drew, and he suddenly showed his magic. Salem, you're a maiden. Now this day has gotten from interesting to impressive. She then sent a torrent of magic towards him as Ashbin blocks, using a force shield, and Jaune reinforces it with his aura amplification. Salem, most impressive. Ashbin went in for a savage melee as Jaune followed up with the maidens joining in soon. But as they fought, Grimm began coming to their queen's aid. Teams RWBY Pinar and the Aesops dealt with them. Summer threw her chain scythes to trap Salem, but she waved her hands and used winds to knock her scythes away. Winter summoned a giant knight and smashed its fist down at her as she stops it with one hand. Then out of nowhere Raven went in to slice her nape as she then pushed away the summon as she backhands Raven away. Ashbin went in for a strike, but was stopped by Salem's glyph. Salem, you've become tired old man. You weren't like you used to be, Ozma. Ashbin, I should have been better and maybe this would have never happened. Salem, spelling regret? I've grown from that 1,000 years ago. Then a massive amount of energy flew and smacks her away. She looks to Jaune, sending another wave at her. She tried to block it, but felt the destruction energy deteriorating her. Salem, you never cease to amaze, but I can't die until I make you pay for thwarting my plans. Ashbin, no, Salem, your fight is with me. She then sent a wave multicolored energy breaking his barrier, sending him flying through a wall. The maidens tried to help, but was then blocked by more Grimm flooding the room. Salem went and created a blade out of magic and fought Jaune head-to-head with the erode in his hands. It was a blur of strikes until Jaune decided to put his plan into action. He went in more savagely, forcing Salem to stop thinking and block all of the attacks or risk being reduced to dust as she felt that her body is slowly refusing to regenerate. But Jaune is feeling the exhaustion as he felt that maintaining the relic was draining him rapidly of both aura and magic. Then Raven and the other maidens joined as they kept Salem off balance, but with her rage, she conjured a strong and large blast, pushing the maidens away. Jaune called out to Ruby, but a blur. Jaune, Ruby. She looks to him, but to her horror. Young and Blake. Jaune. Raven. No, non. But something happened to Ruby. The blinding energy filled the room as all the Grimm present was turned to stone. And Salem was partially petrified. Seeing this, Summer realized what the plan was and followed up accordingly. Jaune removed the Grimm spike out of his chest and used the remainder of his aura amplification to heal himself partially, and the rest he puts alongside his magic. As the relic burned with intense magic. With both Summer and Ruby's silver eyes did the work as Salem was now fully petrified. Jaune went in and stabbed her statue through her chest, slowly disintegrating her corpse. Then her ashes also fade into nothingness. And the war was finally over, with Salem dead, Tyrion also dead, and Watts and Mercury captured. Jaune kneeled as he lost all his aura, and even his magic was drained. He was bleeding from his chest badly. Raven, Yang, Blake, and the rest ran towards him. Jaune, I'm sorry. Raven, stop talking. Save your strength. Summer, you planned this, didn't you? Raven looks to Summer, shocked, then back to her son. Jaune, it was the only way. Then a boot smashed near his body. Young, you planned being stabbed. Jaune, Ruby, needed them. Push. Summer, I understand, but I can't just take the fact that you emotionally scarred her for this. Jaune, would you liked it if Salem won? Summer, Blake, you idiot. It wasn't worth it. Jaune, if it's to save you all, I would throw away my life. Raven, stop talking like that. She looks to the rest. Raven, what are you standing there gawking for? Get a medic. That snapped Ironwood out of it as he rushed through the ranks to get a medic. Raven, you idiot. You selfless idiot. She said as she begins to cry. Jaune, I'm sorry. I need to sleep now. Then hands firmly held him. Young, don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Blake, hold on please. Jaune, hold on. Raven, no please no. Ruby was crying in Summer's arms. Jaune's eyes slowly closed. The war has ended.